Rakurata's ceremonial sword attack power +5 restores stamina by 5 when the target is killed. Allows you to knock back the target with a certain probability when performing an attack. This is a door prize. Isn't this too good to be called a random option? Floor quest begins. Defeat the 5th floor boss to pass. Reward, dazzling decorative sword. Secret reward. What? You're back already? That floor seemed chaotic. Was it also a test this time? First of all, I'm going to be selling some of my items. What do you want to buy? Inventory expansion and... No way. Why is it here? May I see the bottle? Huh. Ah, this one. Blessing powder. The powder that is said to come out of the fairy's wings. There are rumors that it can give blessings to its users. 500 G. There was someone who soaked himself in it to get luckier, but he fell right away instead. There was also someone who smeared it on his weapon, but it only made that sword shinier. You know about that? I don't. I never bought it before. As expected, no one knows about that. In the previous world, many people bought it because they believed the rumors, that it could bring them blessings. But none of them saw the effect, so in the end, it was treated as trash. That was before I found a use for it. How many do you have? I bought them as disposal items, so I only have 3. Why? I'll buy it all. Huh. But this is just a somehow expensive piece of junk. Well, here you go. The blessing powder, the effect it has is. Then, see you later. For the tiny probability adjustment. Okay, have a good one. So, are you not going to tell me why you bought that? You'll find out soon. You can check it yourself later. Balthazar is satisfied with the result. He's been waiting for the moment to give his reward to you. Balthazar, is this his subtle urge for me to quickly clear the 5th floor? You are such an unbelievable bastard. I can't believe the gods take care of you even while lowering their domain. Was interference something that important? Important you say? Do you need to ask that? The gods only care about their domain. Even to their believers who worship them in full devotion, the gods give their rewards without lowering their domain, and glamorize the trivial reward as if it is something very precious. Do you know now how much value the gods have placed on you? So you can be proud of that. I don't know. I'm just clearing the quest because I'll be rewarded. It was nothing more or less than that for me. The first room on the 5th floor, the orc warrior appeared. The bastard on the same level as the boss on the 4th floor appeared here first, but that doesn't matter. A chance. You activated the strong attack. You activated the consecutive attack. Lucky. You activated the strong attack. You have won the battle against the orc warrior. That's not bad. Even though he's as powerful as a boss, I managed to finish him quickly thanks to the engraving order. Anyway, if an enemy of that level appears in the first room, it means that the one in the last room will be really strong. The stronger the opponent, the bigger the reward will be. I can't wait for that. Huff. It's getting more difficult now. Cleared the 5th floor's 5th room. Even so, if I clear this floor, not only will I get a reward from the god, I'll also be able to learn magic. By the way, how do you know Lilith? Ah, that little kid? You know that in this maze there is no limit on lifespan, right? That little kid has been in this maze since I just stepped in here. Just like what happened earlier, back then she was also going to die because of the orcs on the 4th floor. I saved her out of pity, and that was our first meeting. Wait, when you just entered the maze? How long ago was that? I'm not sure, based on the time in the outside world, it's probably around 100 years. Then that means for 100 years, she didn't manage to clear the 10th floor or learn any powerful magic, right? Although she entered this maze to learn magic, she is someone who didn't even manage to grasp the bud of enlightenment due to her lack of talent. At that time I helped her a little out of pity. I didn't expect her to still be alive now. The ones who survived not to conquer the maze but to fulfill their personal goals, maybe, there were more NPCs than I expected. Creak. Thud. Gur. Huff. Wow. I barely caught them all by luring them one by one. Just like when you set the boss on fire to beat him, you are indeed good at thinking up ideas. Thanks to that, I also managed to find something. Wow. Don't you touch it. It might be fine if it's another god, but not if it's Rakarantas. Well, if Hyung says so, then I have to obey it. That's too bad. You are indeed surprising. Do you still have any lingering curiosity even after seeing that explanation? We were able to survive thanks to the advice and skills that Mr. Tae-san gave us. You're right. Thank you, Hyung. Choi Young Hyuk, gosh. How ridiculous. Erg. Kong Jun Hyuk, pardon. Choi Young Hyuk, it's enough to make me frown, so why don't you stop it? I mean, stop bluffing at least. Lee Tae-yun, what do you mean bluff? Choi Young Hyuk, it's true, right? You can't touch that trifling rat bastard on the 1st floor because it's too hard, he said. Don't you think he's just exaggerating it when it's just a trash mob? That's right. Stop spreading bluff in the community by exaggerating the information. I understand that we can't meet in person, but can't you refrain yourself a bit? Is it even true that we couldn't meet each other in the first place? Don't tell me it was all just a lie. These people. How can you say that? You know how difficult it is for us to overcome all this. Who told you to choose the solo mode? You chose it yourself, so why are you making a fuss about it now? The ones who are in other modes are all quiet, but you sure talk a lot. That's too much. It's been about a month since they entered the maze, right? This should be enough for those on easy and normal modes to adapt by now. If they were careful, then there wouldn't be any danger of death. What are you doing? Why don't you go to the next room? But this peacefulness became poison for them instead. And they started looking for a place to vent their anger. Instead of taking it out on the terrifying and gigantic enemies in the maze, they choose to take it out on those in solo mode who stood out the most in the community. But in the previous world, it wasn't this bad. Is it because of that bastard? Also, that bastard. Kong Tae-san. What's so great about him that he talks so much? I'm at a loss for words. That bastard is the most ridiculous one. He really has a way with words. He told you to endure even with just 1 stamina left. Isn't that the same as ordering you to die? Why would you follow such a bastard? Stop it. Are you out of your mind? I was expecting this to some point. Why do you keep interrupting? Kong Tae-san, you bastard. In the previous world, I was there to stop him, but now that I'm not around, he must have built a guild and conquered easy mode. Since the group of many needs one enemy, he chose the solo mode for that. And it would be almost impossible for him to clear it if what the people from solo mode said, that each mode couldn't meet each other, was true. He must think that there isn't any possibility for them to take revenge on him. But there is one thing he doesn't know. Kong Tae-san, let's meet in a month. What? This is finally the last room. Let's go. What did you do just now? Something you don't have to worry too much about. The boss of the 5th floor. The tribal chief of orcs, Latran, appears. He isn't a lord. Do you think the lord level would appear here already? I told you that Hagehwa was a strange case. The tribal chief isn't an easy enemy either. As he's the final one, it's actually too high for adventurers to handle, but if it's you, you can definitely handle it. You, great fighter. I thank you for your fighting spirit. I used to think that gods were useless, but it's different, at least this time. Do my proud comrades leave satisfied? The orcs that fought with me all died with happy expressions on their faces. All of you, rather than killing me, seem to be more interested in the battle, right? You're right. What's the point of us killing you? We are slaves who are bound by this place. Forget about the proud battle, we don't even know when we will be free. So, do you think we will trample on you, who can give us not only freedom but also an honorable death? Of course we won't. That can't be happening. You must give me the honor. Fighter. Show me your powers. And present me the death. Latran activated recharging. Latran activated anger. Your opponent is an enemy that's difficult to be defeated. That's what I want. Ha ha ha. I can't believe there's such a huge difference in power between us. You, who exactly are you? Are you really an adventurer on the 5th floor? You don't know anything about swordsmanship, but you use your skills like swordsmanship. Also, your movement definitely belongs to someone who has experienced it firsthand before. Huh, but it was a satisfying fight. This is quite an honorable death. Go, fighter. Obtain that victory. You have captured the boss of the 5th floor. You have successfully completed the test of Balthazar. Balthazar is very happy. Balthazar's interference area is reduced. You received the Belt of Fighting Spirit. The Belt of Fighting Spirit attack power +3, defense power +3, allows your stamina and mana to increase by 5 for every victory you get. You acquire special skills that will always be active, proof of victory. Always activated special skill, proof of victory, competency level, 1%. You can choose one stat and increase it continuously. Does this mean my stats will rise every time I win? Then, I choose mana. You decided to use the proof of victory on mana. Balthazar offers you the apostle contract. I refuse. Balthazar found your choice interesting. He is looking forward to his next meeting with you. As expected, the gods always give absolute rewards. There are 2 chests. One of them is the basic reward, and the remaining one is the secret room reward, perhaps. Maybe it was moved here as the maze changed. Basic reward of the dazzling decorative sword, attack power +5. Its attack power is the same as Rakurata's sword. The secret room reward, the blade of self-injury, allows you to save up your stamina consumption. You got the secret room reward easily this time. Stamina, 20/500. Is this some kind of potion? This will be useful in emergency situations. The secret identification reward, the secret robe, allows you to be in a hidden state for 1 second. Cool time, 1 hour. So this is a hiding robe? How is it? Except for the ones with the detection skill, I'm sure no one can find you. This will be useful in various battle situations. Alright, shall we go now? You changed your weapons to dual swords. That's good. My swordsmanship also specialized in that area back then. You had swordsmanship? That was my own swordsmanship that I improved with the swordsmanship of the great Kabad Empire as the foundation. Thanks to that, I was called a sword master. Can you teach me? I want to learn it. I don't think it's possible right now. You will die if you use it with your current stat. Die? Is it really swordsmanship? But my current strength is almost 150. That's how high the level of the skill is. Well, if that's you, actually you would be fine. But for now, you need to go further down to the next floor. Get stronger and prove your strength to me. Then I will pass on all that is left of me to you. TH floor quest begins. Defeat the 6th floor boss to pass. Reward, the engraving order. Secret rewards. It's just like what I heard from Li Taeyun. She said that it would be difficult to conquer this place because of this swamp. Because the monsters in this place won't be affected by the swamp. The only ones whose movement is hampered are the players. Well, that's not a problem for me. Ah. You won against the swamp. The competency level of detection has increased by 4%. How? Arg. You won against the lizard man. Your mana has increased by 1. Increase by 1 per win. What an insane skill. But how did you know that the swamp was considered a living creature? It just happened that way. Arg. What are you doing? Aren't you coming? W. Ah, that was so easy. It's boring. This quest hasn't lasted that long. Of course, normal monsters aren't supposed to be difficult. Wow. Look over there, Tae-san. She left her trace so obvious. Well, it won't be enough to make those monsters notice. I told you that Lilith is smart, right? Huh. You're here already. Wait. Hee hee, hello. Welcome to my secret room. You reunited with an obscure person who seeks magic. What are you doing? Showing off the elegance just like a great wizard. This is my first time trying this. Ah. Now. I'll start with the explanation. I mean, what magic is all about. Don't play along if it's something weird. Unlike skills, magic can't be learned alone. You can only have it either from being passed down by someone else or obtain it. So the things you can't do with skills will be possible with magic, such as creating fire, cutting space, or twisting time. That's why the value of magic is very high. Also, since I am the one who will teach it, so, you will be my disciple, right? Am I right? Then, you need to address me with an honorific title, right? Why are you being so embarrassing? If I could learn magic just by calling her by an honorific title, then I would accept that. Yes, teacher. Hey. What are you doing? Just stop it. Ah, you're so mean. Ehem, anyway, magic is just the same as mystery. Here, did you see anything? I only saw a sphere of fire. That's magic that the talentless see. It just seems like a natural phenomenon. Well, you come from a place where magic doesn't exist, so that's understandable. The last one, the way to learn magic, it's simple. You just need to make a contract with a god. In my case, the magic god appeared and presented it directly to me. But it's a very rare case for a god to teach it directly. I'm sure it happened to Lilith because she has a huge madness for magic. Ha! That's not a compliment. Wait, so I also have to make a contract to be able to learn it? It's a bit difficult to make a contract, since I've rejected the apostle contract several times. No. I am here for you. You received magic from an obscure person who seeks magic. You obtained magic. In this place, those who possess magic can teach those who don't. You can consider this an advantage of the maze. Magic competency level, 1% allows you to use magic. You can only light up the small embers for now. You received magic endowment. You received magic extraction. So, what do you see now? That indeed looks different now. I feel a new sense that I never felt in my previous life. So this is what magic is. Nice. Preparation complete. So I'll officially tell you the various ways to learn magic. The easiest way is to extract magic from items that contain magic power, like a magic tool or magic cane. So you already have them. You activated magic extraction. You obtained basic magic, flame ball. You acquired basic magic, random fighting spirit. The color changed to gray. You activate the flame ball. So this is how it feels. Nice, nice. Good job. The second method is to learn it from the one who has already mastered magic, or learn it by paying tribute to the god. The second way can only be done by the contract holder, so you won't be able to do that. So instead, I will pay tribute to the god, and learn it. After that, I'll teach it to you. You just need to conquer the floors and give all the items you got to me. I'll do that. Ah, nice. Finally, I can learn some new magic. Then, can I learn all the magic you already have right now? Like transparency and... It's possible, but to be honest, there's a price for that too. Again. I didn't learn those other magics on my own, rather, I learned them from others, so I can't just teach them to other people. So I'll have to get permission from the magic god by giving him a tribute. So, you're stating that in order for me to learn new magic that you yourself previously weren't aware of, I will need both a tribute to a god and a tribute to learn it, right? So, what should I give as a tribute? Weapons or equipment? But it has to be something special and one of a kind. What about all this? We could use these, but it won't be enough to even learn a single magic. Even with this much? We're talking about magic, quantity alone isn't enough, we need something that has value. What about the necklace for the owner? Wow, that is a lord item. How can you get that? That should be enough for basic magic. Then, what about this? Wow. I'm sure he'll like that, right? But will you be satisfied? You'll be annoyed because gods will only be willing to give you at least beginner-level magic. But I'm sure even the Rakuratas will like that one. This is the first time I've heard someone address a god like that. He's always like that. The last one, what about this? A wooden cane, magic +3. Oh, I think this one would suffice. It's enough to get basic level magic. So you are saying that this is the same as the Lord necklace? That's not what I meant, but the concept of tribute is different. The gods prefer items related to them. Then I will give this one. Nice. So, what magic do you want? Transparency has a high value, so it's not possible, but you can choose something else. You already have a flame ball, right? Then, pass. Cold arrow has the same performance as the flame ball. The two only have different characteristics. Basic detection will tell you the number and position of monsters in the next room, and it will fade your presence. The last one, food production. That will literally allow you to produce water and porridge. In addition, it doesn't have any taste. I will study food production. Huh. I thought you would choose the cold arrow. There's no time limit, right? I can just come back next time. Cold arrow often appears on the cane too, after all. I agree. I think it will be better than goblin meat. Alright. Wait a moment. You feel an enormous gaze. Is he smiling? You obtained food production. Basic magic, food production. Mana consumption, 5, summon small portions of ingestible liquids and solids. Huh. He allowed it so easily. I thought he would make us go through hardship. Hardship? The gods usually act very picky when it comes to people who don't have their permission. Mr. Veteran here also went through a lot when he learned magic. Of course, he's different from me. There are almost no gods who hate this fellow. Is there any more magic you want to learn? I have, but I don't have any more tributes, so I'll come back later. Alright, I got it. I'll follow you slowly down the floors. See you later. You must bring something good next time. Understood. I'll get going. This is obviously more convenient than before. From now on, your job is pretty simple, right? You just have to keep going down the floors, and when you find a good item you'll give it to Lilith to learn magic. What are you looking at so seriously? Community again. Ah, the value of the protective shield increased drastically. Protective shield 35 to 35. Stop checking it and let's start the conquest immediately. This is so boring that I can't take it anymore. Why you? You're going to do something weird again, right? What are you going to do this time? There's something I need to get. Do you need to acquire skills again? But is there some reason why you should take off all your armor? I have my reasons, so just watch me silently. Ugh. Argon. You take 20 damage. Protective shield 15 to 35. Ugh. You reduced the damage that should have caused 50 damage to 20 damage. Then what are you going to do? You received less than half the damage. You acquired a special skill that will always be active, firmness. You didn't lose any stamina in the first attack earlier. Huh. You acquired a special skill that will always be active, absolutely nullify the first attack. You can be attacked without armor, but you must not take damage that reduces your stamina. Argon. That is an unbelievable condition, but the effect, you activated, absolutely nullify the first attack. VVGH. You have won against the lizard man. I guess I need to thank Rakuratas who gave me the protective shield skill. So how is it? What insane skills you have. Always activated special skill, absolutely nullify the first attack. This skill can only be used once against the same opponent in one battle. Absolutely nullify the attack. Just like its name, it will nullify any attacks from the opponent. It won't allow us to block or dodge the opponent's attack, but it will simply turn the opponent's attack to nothing, so there will be no opponent who can respond to this skill. You wouldn't have gotten that skill if you didn't have the protective shield, right? Well, it surely would give me a hard time. In fact, I kinda had a hard time in my previous life. I managed to get it the hard way after hundreds of checks and thousands of tries. You used the blade of self-injury. Your protective shield has recovered. It's a relief that the protective shield doesn't affect stamina. Thanks to that, I can get other skills too. Always activated special skill, firmness. Mana consumption, 15. Allows you to have the damage on the target's next attack. I now understand your motivation for acting in that manner earlier. So, will you now proceed downstairs? Not yet. I only got the skill to absolutely nullify the first attack, right? Don't tell me that there's a skill that can negate a second attack or even more than that. Is that even possible? You took 20 damage earlier, and your protective shield is only 35. There's no way you can take the second attack as well, right? If a second attack hits you, you will lose your entire protective shield and even suffer straight stamina damage. It will be alright, I have this. Blessing powder. There are rumors that it can bestow blessings on its users. Wait. Isn't that what people refer to as beautiful trash? So you're saying that you will be able to overcome your protective shield's amount by using that? You activated absolutely nullify the first attack. The attack you just received isn't considered the first attack. In order to acquire the second attack nullifying skill, you must take the next two attacks without any reduction in your stamina. First, you take 17 damage. The protective shield 18/35. No way. There are several judgments for an attack: hit, dodge, defend, and random. The system will undoubtedly apply 10% of damage at random. 10% of 30 is 3, so because 10% of the damage will be applied randomly, which can be reduced to 27 or added to 33, it's all luck. Therefore, if it's a 30 value attack, your luck would determine how much damage you would take from 27 to 33. Second, the protective shield 0/35. But the effect of the blessing powder is to adjust the tiny possibilities. If we use 3 bottles or more, we will definitely only hit with minimum damage. You didn't suffer a decrease in stamina in the second attack. You acquired a special skill that is always active, absolutely nullify the second attack. I guess I'm bad at controlling power. Oh gosh, you certainly have a variety of methods for acquiring skills. You have one against the lizard man. You decisively hit the opponent's vital points. You acquired a special skill that will always be active, vital point attack. I finally got it. It's a skill that can be easily acquired through repetitive work, but I didn't have enough time to get it because of the tests. Of course, it's a must-have skill that will be useful for conquering the deep-level maze. If you increase the competency level, you will be able to increase the damage by almost 3 times. Always activated special skill, vital point attack. Competency level, 1%. It allows you to deal more damage to your opponent when you attack their vital points. We've almost cleared the 6th floor, the boss is the only one remaining. Before we enter, you activate the food production. The porridge is delicious, though there's no taste. About the random fighting spirit magic, will it overlap if I use it consecutively? It could happen, but I'm sure it won't be the way you think it is. It will affect the next part after its effect on the previous part is over. As expected, it's sequential. There's something I want to ask you, whatever it is, magic in this maze depends on skill, right? It's indeed a different type, but if you want me to point out whether you're right or not, then you're right. That will be enough then. TSK. I was thinking about the sharp form. I guess it just can't be transformed. What you wanted to try just now was a high-level magic. If you could control it that easily, then there would be no stages in magic. You activated the flame ball. Is it not possible to obtain a new magic by placing a new effect like in the case of skills? Isn't that troublesome? Not at all. So flame balls do not fuse with each other. They just stay side by side until I give the instructions, other than that. Stay. That's different. The power when it was in a still state and when it was flying. Is this possible? What? You have restored all of your mana. You activated the flame ball. It fused. There's something I want to ask you, whatever it is, magic in this maze depends on skill, right? It's indeed a different type, but if you want me to point out whether you're right or not, then you're right. You activated the flame ball. You activated the flame ball. You activated the flame ball. You activated. Nice. The 6th floor's boss. Lizardman the fighter. You activated the blazing ball. Arg. That won't be enough. You activated despair. You activated madness. You activated the blazing ball. You activated powerlessness. You activated confusion. Lizardman the fighter takes 49 damage. Lizardman the fighter takes 50 damage. Successful decision. Lizardman the fighter was caught on fire. Whatever he was trying to do was constantly stopped by mental and swift attacks from you, so he was powerless to take action. You have successfully won against Lizardman the fighter. Due to some restrictions, I've only been using this as support all this time, but at this rate, it seems I'll be able to conquer using magic alone, right? Well, I'm sure there are actually people who manage to go down deeper floors using that method. It's not something impossible. You have successfully captured the boss of the 6th floor. You obtained, engraving order, as your basic reward. You obtained, the Cane of Composure, as your secret identification reward. This seems to be useful. Should I store it in my inventory for now? The Cane of Composure magic +6 reduces mana consumption by 1 every time you use magic. The Warrior's Necklace strength +3 agility +1. The Lord's Necklace is still better than this. If I offer this item along with the other items I've gathered so far, will it be enough to earn me 1 new magic? I guess I need to go there to find out. I thought you would finally go downstairs now. You are indeed a very thrifty person. That's not a bad thing, is it? You received the cold arrow. Nice, the transfer is complete. Anyway, I didn't know that when a floor is cleared, this kind of small safe area would appear. I thought this was just a normal room. I'm good at finding places where monsters can't enter. You activated the cold arrow. You're thinking about that, right? It may be a possible judgment. I know, right? What are you two talking about? Would you like to come out for a bit? Huh? Yes, I can. What do you think? Tae-san managed to learn it on his own without anyone's help. How can you learn beginner-level magic? The only beginner-level magic I've been able to learn in these past 100 years is transparency. Is it that difficult to learn? Of course. In magic, every level has a huge difference. Basic level magic is on the same level as mimicking, so it can be embedded in a wand, but starting from the beginner level, it can't be embedded in any items. How exactly is that possible? Should I tell you how? It's not a secret after all. Really? Are you an angel or something? Would you like to be my teacher instead? But I don't know if it will help much. What's that? That's right, that reaction is the normal reaction. You can't learn it? Of course I can't. There's no way there are wizards who train their stamina. Even so, I thank you. This is the first time for me to know that this kind of difference in judgment exists. Thanks to you, I can try a lot of different things. Then, see you on the next floor. Come back with good offerings. Kong Tae-san level, 18 protective shield, 39 stamina, 725/725 mana, 104 to 104 strength, 161 intelligence, 79 agility, 122 attack power plus 24 defense power plus 21. You are in the best state. Some of my current stats already exceed those in my past life. The 7th floor's quest begins. Defeat the 7th floor boss to pass. It's the 7th floor. There isn't much time left for us to be together. Maybe it'll be possible this time. Reward, Scruffy Man's Necklace secret reward. Are you going to teach me swordsmanship now? What I will teach you is the swordsmanship of my empire. The Cabot Empire is a nation that places a high value on strength. That's why the weak are treated like nothing. The strong persecute the weak to the point that they take all the work of the weak for granted. Even the royal family is no different. I thrust my sword at the necks of my family to claim the right to succession. Of the 6 siblings, I am the only one who survived. Everyone in the maze asked me how I survived in that world full of savagery. But it was the only world for me. Now I can't go back there even if I want to. Even if I want to save it, I've already lost my chance to do so. That's why leaving at least a trace of my world is the best atonement I can do. I think it would be good to learn it in this place. Anyway, since this swordsmanship originates from such a world, it has strong characteristics because defense does not exist. The best defense is to attack. It's a method where you have to stop your opponent's sword movement by striking him. There will definitely be attacks that can't be blocked, it's an unsafe method then. That's how certain the power of that swordsmanship is. I'll guarantee it. Now, what are you going to do? There's no reason for me to refuse it. A raging storm, because it looks like fingernail marks, so it's called a scar. The Sword of Storm Scar. It's the only thing left of my world. The owner of the Sword of Storm Scar has taught you an advanced level skill, the Sword of Storm Scar. Advanced level skill, the Sword of Storm Scar competency level, 0%. Swordsmanship that came from a ruined world. Currently, there is only one person who has mastered it. The competency level is 0%.